Okay, in case you don't read anything at all and you get the entirety of your knowledge about MVIS from me and my sometimes monthly updates, here's what's happening. Strangely, all things Microvision are pretty awesome overall. So naturally, I'm down over $100,000 on my big push into this stock. Also, side note, I didn't go to CES, Microvision pulled out and so did I. So, Microvision. Sumit Sharma, Microvision's CEO, got up and did a fine presentation for CES. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. He outlined the basics and sort of pooled together all of the available notable points about the state of things over there. We've got technology driving some military gear, they've made electronics in the past for some pretty well-known companies, and the company leadership comes from a prestigious pedigree. Sumit published a roadmap for where he sees the ADAS market over the next 8 years. That's advanced driver-assisted systems, and he sees this as an $80 billion market, of which Microvision expects to take 25 to 40% of by 2030. Their approach to vehicle safety has a LiDAR system as the primary real-time local mapping sensor, with radar as sort of a verification backup sensor to confirm the data. He talks about using cameras as well as sort of a sensor fusion so that the car will be able to read road signs and increase the fidelity to the world around it. And it's not just Microvision talking about LiDAR making its way into this future. Waymo uses it, GM is going to use it, Volvo's talking about using LiDAR, Lucid Air announced that it's going to be part of their car, so it's coming. It's just a matter of who's going to get the deals. When car companies are making their choice, presumably it's going to come down to price, specs, and performance. And then probably some level of back scratching where someone's brother-in-law is the CFO of Chevy or whatever, and forces them to go with an inferior sensor because he's got a college buddy or something that works for Luminar. According to publicly available specs, Microvision's LiDAR unit has the highest resolution of any of its competitors. The module also produces a higher frame rate than anyone else, which leads to quicker decision-making by the car's computer. It's immune to sunlight, as well as LiDAR from other cars, which apparently so far has been a hard problem to solve because another car with the same lasers pointing at you from across the street is going to mess up the data. Microvision LiDAR is physically smaller than the other competitors. That means it can be more easily hidden into the design of the car and in more places. And, probably most importantly to the OEMs that they're going to be courting, Microvision comes in at a lower cost per unit than the other leading players in this market, at least for now. Also, and what I think is the most impressive stat while being the least talked about, is this custom ASIC that offloads a majority of the computing power off of the car's computer. What's an ASIC, you ask? ASIC stands for Application Specific Integrated Circuit. Application specific meaning it only does one single thing, but it does it incredibly well or efficiently. In this case, the ASIC will chew up all the raw laser beam data and turn it into a 3D environment for the car's computer to use and integrate with its other sensors, cameras, radar, whatever else. If you play modern computer games, then you're aware that you generally need a power-hungry, hot, expensive graphics card in order to render out 3D environments in real time at a high frame rate. That's, for instance, what Tesla's doing. Their computer takes all these camera feeds and essentially makes a software-based motion capture 3D render in real time. It's super impressive, but it takes a huge amount of computer power and electrical power to pull it off. Microvision's LiDAR will have an ASIC built right into it, so the sensor itself will do all the crazy computations and then just send over a ready-to-use, ever-updating 3D world model to the car's computer. This takes an enormous load off of that computer so it can run the rest of its systems more efficiently. Microvision has set a goal for 2022 to complete all testing and have a product that's 100% ready for partnerships, and they expect to have their vision fully realized by 2025. What this means in reality is that, yes, the timeline for this dream scenario has been pushed back. Maybe way back. But it's increasingly clear all the time that electrical vehicles are coming, and now. Self-driving vehicles are in the pipeline, and LiDAR will be a part of that reality. Microvision is making a LiDAR with the best specs and at the best price, so it's tough to picture a future at all where they're not at least one of the players. If I'm forced to make a prediction, I think they're going to start getting a lot of attention again in the summer, and I see 2023 as the year momentum really picks up and then just doesn't ever stop. I can still smell the rocket fuel, it's just windy outside and I can't tell how far away it is. I'm down a lot, but I'm going to be just fine. But just in case you're a rich dude and you do feel super bad for me, my Ethereum and Bitcoin wallet addresses will be in the description below. So feel free to toss a coin to your Witcher. For now, I'm just gonna stop looking at that ticker tape every day and start trying to heat my pool with an immersion cooling system for my Bitcoin mining machines.